Hey folks, this is Matt once again. Welcome to another day of my viewer request. Be uploading a few reviews for you guys that you requested. This is from Shadow Pimp 2500. Nice guy who has graciously made fan art about me. That's very nice of him to do that. I thank you for that once again. Very humbling. But I wanted to do this review he requested of Spawn from 1997. That directed by this guy named Mark Dippé, dipshit. I can't remember when you have Dippé, D-I-P-P-E. You think of dipstick or dipshit. I don't know, but Mark Dippé. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Sorry, it's not like he's walking, but still. I guess he was an animator at ILM, and this was his first film he directed. And if you want to know, he went on 7 years later to direct Pixel Perfect, Halloween Town High, Frankenfish, and then 3 years after that did Garfield Gets Real, Garfield's Fun Fest, and Garfield's Pet Force. So after Spawn, he didn't really get much for directing jobs. I don't hate this film, Spawn. I know it's based on the comic book. I don't know the comic book too well. I didn't read it too well. I know the guy who did the screenplay was Alan B. McElroy, which he did say an interesting thing on that commentary he did for Halloween 4. He says if you don't like the movie, don't blame the screenwriter unless you read the original script because, things change all the time. But the guy in comment seems like a nice guy, Alan B. McElroy. I mean, he also wrote the first Wrong Turn. He didn't write the sequels. They just have his name there because they base the characters, the villains, on his work, so they have to credit him. But he wrote the first Wrong Turn, which I like. He wrote Tekken, which I liked. The movie. He wrote. What was that movie? Rapid Fire. That movie. Rapid Fire. He wrote that one, which I very much enjoyed. I guess he. I wonder if he. It says he might have worked on the cartoon Spawn. Yeah, he actually wrote episodes of Spawn, the anime series, so obviously a fan. He said, think he did. But anyway, from 1997 Spawn, it stars Michael Jai White as Al Simmons, the lead role. Basically, he's a soldier. He gets an assignment where he's got to blow up these bad guys at this plane, and he has this thing where he shoots missiles and at these multiple targets and stops them. And basically, the devil and this figure called the Violator, basically this clown played by John Leguizamo, and then the devil, they need sort of a general to lead their army because they're going to have something happen and they're going to raise hell, so to speak. So yeah, Martin Sheen, who's another bad guy. Martin Sheen, he basically, Michael Jai White finds out that his mission, there were actually civilians there. He gets pissed, and Martin Sheen goes, that's how it goes. He gets told by the clown, John Leguizamo, that they need Michael Jai White, so he's going to have to be taken out. So they say Michael Jai White said, I'm going to quit. But then Martin Sheen goes, well, you can quit, but there's one more assignment. They have some bioweapons. A lot of people don't die if you don't do anything. He goes in, but it's a setup. Martin Sheen and what was the girl's name? I forget what the hell that girl's name was. Melinda Clarke, I believe, as Jessica Priest. I believe that was who it was, Melinda Clarke. They kill him, shoot him in the legs, light him on fire, blows up the facility, the bioweapon facility, which there's a town nearby that's going to infect them. His whole plan is that, because after that 5 years have passed, and Martin Sheen worked to deal with the devil, basically saying, I'm going to make this ultimate weapon, which is called Heat 16, as he calls, makes the Ebola virus look like kiddie fair. And he's going to release it, and then when that happens, and there's all this death and destruction, hell's going to rise up with this new General Spawn, And Michael Jai White wakes up, doesn't really know what's going on, knows he's all burned up, good makeup effects, and finds out he actually made a deal saying he'll do whatever the devil wants as long as he can see his wife Wanda again, played by this Theresa Randle. But then he finds out once he's gone back that his friend D.B. Sweeney, this actor's name, spent so many years, so he's married Wanda, and they have a kid, which I think you're supposed to realize that it's actually Michael Jai White's kid, I believe. And then basically it's Michael Jai White, it's an origin story. He's becoming Spawn, realizing what his powers are. You have this older guy, uh, sort of Nicol Williamson, sort of giving him advice, kind of training him, kind of not. Spawn is living off, as a bum. Meets up with little kid Nicol Hughes from Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Pet Sematary, among others. And basically, the clown, John Leguizamo, wants to urge Spawn to kill Martin Sheen. Because if he does that, that'll take his soul over the edge and he'll be ready to lead the armies, I guess. And Martin Sheen does something really fucking stupid. The Violator, John Leguizamo's character, clown, tells Martin Sheen, oh, by the way, you should take that bomb and get it connected to your heart, just in case, anything happens to you, no dumbass is gonna take an early shot at you. He's like, okay. I'm like, you dumb motherfucking character. Because previously, in my opinion, the first bit of action that you actually give a shit happens. When Spawn, the way Spawn looks cool. I mean, the CGI does look fake, bad CGI. I mean, granted, it's 1997, but it doesn't hold up the CGI or whatever the hell, on the cape. But, like, he floats down, talks to Martin Sheen, there's a shootout, shooting with guns, does a great, flip, shooting the guns. There's the girl who fucked him up and shoots her. And it's PG-13, even though there is an R-rated cut, but to be honest, I remember seeing that once and not really knowing what the fuck was so R-rated about it. Maybe I missed something, but I didn't really see what the fuck was so R-rated about it. I think it could have still been PG-13, but that's just me. Trying to see, though. But yeah, he shoots her, leaves, and like Martin Sheen's like, why didn't you tell me that he was back? So he obviously knows this clown guy's fucked with them, but then when someone's fucking with you, or a blind person can see it, but then what does he do? Oh, okay, you say I should put a bomb in my heart. Okay, then. Or at least the trigger, I should say. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Martin Sheen, you dumb fuck. But the movie just didn't interest me too much. Like, I don't own the film. Someone uploaded on YouTube, actually. That's why I watched it. I had it on VHS. I kind of got rid of it. I know Shadow Pimp 2500 is a big fan of this movie. I wasn't. I don't hate the film, but what it is the film felt kind of slow. I mean, that's a problem when you do an origin film, because you go into the film, you want to get to the good stuff, but you have to go through this sort of little bit tedious, oh, this is how this happened, this is how this grown up, this is how this happened. And granted, I have not read many of the Spawn comic books, so I don't know how faithful it is or not, but I would imagine it was a fuckload more edgy. Even the quote R-rated director's cut. I know they want to do a sequel, like Todd McFarlane and Michael Jai White. They've been wanting to do another one, whether it be a sequel or a reboot, and make it R-rated. Like Michael Jai White said, if it doesn't happen, I'll produce it myself, and we want to make it like push almost to an NC-17 level, which I'd be interested in seeing. It felt safe, like even though it's supposed to be about hell. Like I don't know, Constantine felt more R-rated to me. Like that has CGI, but even Constantine, watching it again, that's what made me think more of now that I think Constantine with Keanu Reeves, which I love Constantine a lot. I'm like, that movie did it better. Did Constantine, like, the story flowed more, and yeah, a little bit of the origin of Keanu Reeves' character, but it was a little bit, but I don't know, the action scenes, when they were there, they applied to me more. The way Hell was looked better to me. I didn't like the way Hell looked. I didn't like the way the devil looked. He looked really bad. I have to say, even for the time, 1997, this devil looked atrocious, I thought. It did look like a video game. Like a Super Nintendo, no, PlayStation 1 game. I give it that PlayStation 1 game. I didn't like the way the devil looked, and I swear, I think it's Frank Welker did, I swear, it sounds like the fucking, in The Golden Child, when Charles Dance, oh, Brother Oopsie, when he was in hell or whatever, talking to the devil, that voice, I swear, it's the same fucking voice. For a second, like, oh shit, where's Eddie Murphy? Where's the, Golden Child? Save the day. Now, I mean, I'll give Michael Jai White credit. He was good. Spawn has an awesome look to him. The costume, not enough action. Um, what is it? Martin Sheen didn't really do too much for me. It needed to be a lot more edgy. And having Spawn and Hell and all this stuff, it just felt so PG-13, but it didn't really, I don't know. I kind of lost interest at times. It got kind of boring at times. There wasn't a lot of action. Like, the first bit of action I mean, Michael Jai White is a great martial artist, as a lot of people have known. But he doesn't really get to express that too much. A little bit teeny, like beating up one or two guys, like when he's the soldier assassin. But nothing too much to run home about. Now, granted, I guess Spawn isn't really a martial arts type of character, but when you have a martial arts type of guy, you can use a little bit of that. But it's it's kind of like exposition, and the fact that you have to really build out what this character is, and it got kind of dull at times. Because, by the middle of the film, not much has happened except that running with Michael Sheen Michael Sheen. Martin Sheen. I think I've been saying Michael Sheen throughout the whole fucking review. Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen. I don't know why the fuck I keep saying Michael Sheen. Maybe that was the first time. I can't remember anymore. Martin Sheen. After, he has the party and has the shootout, basically has the run-in with the clown, the Violator. And John Leguizamo, I was off and on about. Some parts I liked him, nice look, sense of humor. But then there was stuff where it's like the fart jokes, pulling out his underwear. Oh, skid marks. I'm like, really? Do we need that in a Spawn movie? I mean, I haven't read the comics, but I've heard a lot about the comic book, especially when it first came out. I don't think you need jokes about skid marks and fart jokes and shit like that, even from the clown guy. Really? I'm the Violator, and then he transforms into this creature. And basically, it's Spawn going around shooting it. Does one or two things, like has the spikes come out of his suit. What the fuck was I going to say, though? Another thing that kind of bothered me was I didn't really understand his powers. Well, I understood his powers, but like he has chains. He can change his suit to like anything. Like when he's falling, he can climb. Like he made something like this that he can climb on. I wrote it down. He can heal himself, so he gets fucked up. He heals. He can go invisible for his cape, because I guess his cape has powers as well. He can float. Like, the bits of action is really the scene with the shootout. the scene where he fights the Violator guy. Which times I'm like to the clown, stop farting. Um, what the fuck was the other one? Um, oh wait, then the motorcycle chase, where he's on a motorcycle, and then there's the clown on like this heavy duty truck shooting at him. Then it goes and like first he sort of makes a cocoon shield with his cape. Then he makes like puts his cape, shoves it down, makes like a barrier that the truck runs in and blows up. And then you have the ending, which I'll get to. But not a lot of action beats in it, and when like they don't really add up to much when I'm even watching it again. Like I know I'm going all over the place. It's kind of hard to say. I hate the film? No, but I don't really like the film that much at all, which I know doesn't make sense. I know people like get to the point. Okay, acting wise, I like Michael J. White. John Leguizamo looked the part, okay. Um, had some funny lines like, "Oh, you got that I want to beat the fat little man look on your eye." But then, when he farts and his skid marks and all that shit got really annoying at times. Martin Sheen didn't really do nothing for me. Neither did D.B. Sweeney. Neither really did the girl, Theresa Randle. Like, didn't really do anything for me. Um, Action-wise, pretty disappointing when, like I said, like he has all these powers, but what I was getting at that is, what's his limit? Like like right off the cuff, the guy helping him, the older guy who has just like one sword that shoves out of his arm, he just says your powers when they're drained, you're dead. But I'm like, well, how the fuck do you know when they're drained? Do they say that in the comics? So like, how we don't really know how much power he has, and the fact that is he about ready to run out of power here or here or here or here? It's just like, oh shit, he did do everything, and it kind of hard to be like, oh shit, he's in trouble. But you're like, wait a minute, you can do everything. Do this, do this, do this, and then not knowing if there's like a counter, because I didn't read the comics. A limit to his power, like, well, what is it? Kind of, what's the phrase? It's kind of hard to worry for him when, let's say, he could do fucking everything under the sun. Not only guns, because he was a soldier, but everything with his cape. He can float, he can go invisible. Then, he can do anything with his suit and chains and shit like that. And you're like, well, what the fuck? Like, what can he do and not do? It seems like everything. And then just one off the cuff comment of, well, when your power's drained. I'm like, well, how the fuck does he know when they're going to drain? Like, we don't even know. Again, maybe that's explained more in the comics. Um, but the action scenes is just really the when they're sort of dinner party scene, the shootout, the motorcycle bit, the fight with the Violator, which wasn't really too much. It was just Spawn getting the shit kicked out of him, and then spikes going out of his suit to hurt it. Um, and then the ending where Spawn is Michael J. White's chasing to where his old wife and his friend D.B. Sweeney are at, and he thinks he sees Martin Sheen kill his wife, and he's about ready to kill him, but sees his daughter and doesn't. And then you realize that the girl killed was not really his woman he loved, was John Leguizamo. He gets help by the old guy. They both go into hell, and it's really bad special effects that really don't hold up to today, the hell. And there's armies of Hellions that they all look like Spawn, so it's like they all have the fucking same suit, so I don't know why they can't do that shit. They do it. They all look like Spawn. They look like fucking Spawn, so I don't know what the deal is. And then basically has a fight with the Violator, and gets grabbed, and then like has this one thing that shoots out, hits him in the neck. He grabs the old guy, they both shoot out of hell. And then they do one cool thing where Spawn gets grabbed, and I actually like this one. This is one of the moments I really liked. Bite this, because he's trying to bite his head, and like a big old fucking spike comes out right through the Violator's head. Then chains wrap around like a chainsaw and cuts the head off. I really like that moment. And basically he's going to be out there, he's going to be the hero. But I'm not a fan of this movie. I really am not. I apologize to Shadow Pimp 2500, but that's why I don't own it in my collection. I think maybe that's why it wasn't that much of a... I don't think it was that much of a hit. Maybe it was. I know, earned $54 million domestically, $87 million worldwide, and it cost around $40 million, so maybe it was a moderate hit. But, I like Michael Jai White. I like the look of Spawn. A handful of moments like the ending with the head growing the spice, fucking Violator and chainsaw bit. But at the same time, the story didn't interest me. The villains, Martin Sheen didn't care about. The Violator, the clown, kind of half and half on. Sometimes he annoyed me. Sometimes he was okay. Had some funny moments. The action scenes were kind of lackluster watching it again. Really were. Like in the same year you had like Air Force One. You had, before that, Demolition Man. Those action scenes really work. Nemesis. That's a low budget film. Those action scenes really work. Constantine. When the action happens, when Count getting that gun, poof, 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 poof. Alright, fuck yeah. But I didn't really, I'm like, let me put it this way. If I saw this film, which I did, it did not make me want to go read Spawn. I'm like, okay, it didn't really interest me. I like the look, but, you just tell this is a very edgy character put into this PG-13 sort of Hollywood machine. And we really don't concentrate on special effects, which at the, now they don't really look too special. I understand it was a point in time. At the same time, John Carpenter's Thing was 1982. E.T. and Blade Runner were 82. And I just still marvel those special effects. 2010 was way before Spawn. I can still marvel those special effects. So you kind of look at it that way too. But anyway, and again, Constantine doesn't have the best special effects at times, but at least the story involved me more. Keanu Reeves involved me more. Here, Michael Jai White, it's like he's in pain. Oh, there's my daughter. Or pissed. You kind of want him to just be full out in Spawn form. And that CGI cape annoys the shit out of me. I don't know why. Like, can't you just have a regular cape flowing in the wind? Get some wind machines? I understand, it was back in the day, but it just, I don't know, that cape did not look good in today. It just, oh my god, it looks like a PlayStation 1 thing. But I know I went all over the place. And the way he killed all those Hellions, like, all of a sudden just green light comes out of his eyes and shit. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, phew! I'm like, again, you don't get the idea of, well, when is his power draining? Anyway, that's my review of Spawn. I'm not really a big fan of it. So I apologize to Shadow Pimp 2500, but I had to be honest. But either way, thanks for watching my rambling review, and take care. Later.